Okay, let's talk about brainstorming. You know, that part of a new story that's both super exciting and maybe a little terrifying. Well, in this explainer, we're going to dive right into Noveli's brainstorming page. I'll show you exactly how to take that tiny spark of an idea you've got and turn it into a solid foundation for your next great story. We've all been there, right? You get this amazing little idea, maybe it's a character, a cool concept, or just one line of dialogue that pops into your head. But then what? How do you actually get from that to a real, structured plan? It can feel like a huge leap, but honestly, that's where all the fun starts. And that is exactly what the brainstorming page is designed to help you with. It breaks it all down into a super simple 3-step process. First, we spark ideas. Then we structure those thoughts. And finally, we build your foundation. It's all about taking that creative chaos and giving it some shape. So let's get into it. Okay, step 1, sparking ideas. And for that, we're heading to the discussion tab. Seriously, think of this place as your own private creative playground. No pressure, no limits, just a space to throw ideas around and see what sticks. So in here, you're going to be chatting with a context-free AI. Now, what does context-free actually mean? It means the AI is a totally blank slate. It hasn't seen any of your other story notes, so it's not biased. It's perfect for just exploring completely new and wild ideas. So let's say we're starting a new crime novel. This is where we could brainstorm some really out there plot twists without any baggage. The workflow here is designed to be super simple, so you never lose a great idea. You just chat with the AI, and if you see something you like, just save it to your story notes. Then, once you feel like you've got some good stuff, you click Generate Story Element, and we move on to the next phase. Which brings us to step 2, structuring all those thoughts. We're now in the Story Elements tab. This is where Noveli helps you take all that free-form brainstorming and start turning it into an actual organized framework. And here's where things get really cool, because Noveli actually adapts to your story. It'll create what we call universal elements. You know, the stuff every story needs, like a theme, a protagonist, a setting. But because it knows we're working on a crime novel, it also generates genre-specific elements, like the victim, the clues, the red herring. You get a custom-built framework right out of the gate. But here's the most important part to remember. You are always in full control. The AI gives you a starting point, a structure, but it's your story. You can edit, tweak, rewrite, and expand on every single one of these elements until they're absolutely perfect. You're in the driver's seat, always. Okay, so you've polished your elements, they're looking great. Now it's time for the final step of our brainstorming journey, building your foundation. And we do that in the Main Vision tab. So what is the main vision? Well, think of it as the blueprint for your entire book. It's the one single source of truth that the AI will use to guide all future generation. Everything, every character, every plot point, every bit of world building will be based on this. It's what keeps your whole story consistent and on track. And once that main vision is locked in, you've done it. You're officially past the brainstorming phase. You now have this rock-solid foundation that's going to power everything else you do in Noveli, whether that's generating deep characters or building out your entire world. So let's do a quick recap. We went from a simple, free-flowing chat to structured story elements, and then we pulled it all together into one powerful main vision. That's the backbone of your story, right there. And that sets you up perfectly for what's next. In our next explainer, we're going to take that main vision and show you how to use it to generate incredibly detailed characters and amazing, immersive world-building elements. So you're not going to want to miss that. But for now, it's over to you. The tools are all there, so the real question is, what story are you going to build first? I can't wait to see what you come up with. Happy writing!